So I came back home, no one cares about me. So
it's
I
time.
don't give a
I'll stop this.
That's our goal.
I'll stop this. I don't want to be living in this forever. That's not for real.
Whatever the spirit feels, I give to the spirit. You get it? Yeah. When I fuck, I when I feel smoke, I smoke. You get it right?
Because of my happiness, it be taba and feeling about smoking and meditating. It will make I go feel happy.
Data available at the Narcotics Control Commission revealed that out of the 50,000 drug users in Ghana, 35,000 were students from the junior high schools, senior high schools, and tertiary institutions aged between 12 and 35 years, while the remaining 15,000 are adults, with 9,000 males and 6,000 females. Among the 16 administrative regions across Ghana, Greater Accra sits atop with the most prevalent case of substance abuse, and this slum settlement plays host to the menace among the youth. A team of chain smokers congregate at this popular lounge. They take turns in smoking, trading their health for the exhilarating pleasure. A guilty pleasure that's nearly impossible to break.
Smoking is not a big deal. I smoke for the pleasure of it. I don't smoke to carry out criminal activities. I only smoke for inspiration.
At what age did you start smoking?
Oh, smoking, no. I'm saying kind of 25 years.
I started smoking at the age of 25 years. I am 31 years now. I can choose to quit, but I have had a hard time quitting smoking. I am not influenced by my peers. I will quit when I want to.
High unemployment rate coupled with economic hardship is said to be one of the major causes of excessive use and exploitation of drugs.
I
will have to hustle hard to take care of my family. We have no help coming from anywhere. It is not easy out here. We struggle a lot to survive here in Accra. It's almost impossible to earn 30 cedis a day. It will take a lot to make it out here on the streets.
I gain a lot of vigor when I smoke. My dad is late and I am alone with my siblings and my aged mother. I had to escape the hardship in the village to Accra to survive.
West Africa has evolved in the last decade from a transit route for illegal drugs headed to Europe, which Ghana is reported to be a transit point, to a hub of illicit drug market with a troubling rise in domestic users. A study by Africa Organized Crime Index revealed that synthetic drug trade is also very prevalent in Ghana, with tramadol as one of such synthetic drugs excessively abused. The excessive abuse of the drug among the youth is merely for its stimulating properties, while the education on the menace considered to be a public health threat. The diverse, sophisticated nature of substance abuse has become a keen contest among its users.
we tried to do a program and we said, okay, let's go to town and see what it is like to interview people. It might interest you. What we found out, for instance, was that at the filling station, you may see the youth standing, some maybe teenagers standing by the filling station, and you think they are just idling about. They are actually inhaling the fumes coming out of the diesel, the pumping station, and they feel high. That is one thing. We also know people use the droppings of lasers and the whites at the end, and they mix it with alcohol and they take it and they feel high. In fact, we also even know that some take the pad, the sanitary pad, and they squeeze it, the menstrual flow out of it, mix it with all kinds of chemicals, they take it and they feel high.
Professor Akwesi-Osei further expressed worry over the lower age of the new drug users.
It has different dimensions and is becoming more and more complicated. The one significant dimension is that we are having younger age groups coming into the picture than in the past. And that means something that we need to give serious attention to.
Drug abuse is often accompanied by a devastating social impact upon community life and not just the life of the abuser.
When I keep abusing drugs, I become a complete monster. I cannot be controlled because I have no helper.
I can choose to kill everybody put in the world.
You're always thinking what could go wrong if you come back late from work, or if you stayed out probably a tad bit late. There's always fear and panic in such a community.
The fear of suffering and a physical attack by way of how we perceive these kind of persons. Sometimes young persons, children, see them, they run away from them.
We come to Accra because of they are not with their parents again. They wanted to follow a road that's not good. If you see that, by the grace of God, you can manage and solve that problem. For that one day, you can manage and solve that problem. There's a lot of people, you will even call the person to speak to the person. Just speak, and the person understands the way he is, he will change.
The menace is not just peculiar to Old Fadama. The team set out to another community located in the heart of Accra, Jamestown. Jamestown is not only known for its historic landmarks and features, but rated as an impoverished town. Social vices are rife, likewise drug abuse. Life here is a daily stretch of survival instincts.
How?
Frustrated by the economic hardship, but the pleasure derived from the smoke of Indian hemp, among other concoction, is enough compensation for the day.
So it makes all the youth are suffering. No money. Yeah, no job. So what want the leaders, what they want the people to do? They use them. What they want the youth to do?
You know, Ghana, in our system now, everything is based on who you know.
Although drug use is believed to be endemic across Ghana's social demographic range, it is most visible among the country's lower socio-economic groups. Following the passage of the Narcotics Control Commission Bill in 2020 to encourage those who have become addicted to drugs seek treatment at appropriate centers, as well as educate the general public, capability of local law enforcement is no match for the sophistication of the criminal network that transports drugs.
From our end, we are doing our best, but what we want to look at is the preventive aspects. We don't want to see the cases and manage, because by the time most of the cases come to us, they come in a very bad state, for which sometimes you will do your possible best, but because of the disease nature of addiction, it becomes difficult for some people to even come out of it. Hence, if you are able to curb it from the beginning, it becomes a very good growth.
Albeit, the Mental Health Authority has over the years been receiving inadequate funds to resource and equip rehabilitation centers across the 5 main psychiatric hospitals in Ghana. The government, however, has announced plans to absorb mental health treatment under the National Health Insurance Scheme, a move many have lauded but question the source of funding. However, the current apathy of the Ghanaian state and society in general towards the increasing prevalence of drug use in the country still remains a mess. Until an accurate data on the prevalence rate of drug abuse among Ghanaian youth are provided, the quest to tackle the menace will be in futility. Law enforcers, such as the Narcotic Unit of the Ghana Police CID, the Narcotics Control Commission, the Food and Drugs Authority, Economic and Organized Crime Office will have to intensify surveillance to limit distribution of drugs on the domestic market. Until the government commits to achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals 1, 3, 4, and 8, the chances of these lower age persons who abuse drugs will grow slimmer by the fleeting hour.